Totally morally unacceptable. Yeah, and I am not sure that the framers of this constitution, you and I included, I'm not sure that what we intended to do with this independence of the Public Service Commission is to enrich some people and to impoverish young Kenyans who have to pay 100,000 shillings to get the job as a driver. So that is something really that you, Ambassador Mushiri, and the team at the Public Service Commission, it's a rotten place. I have no doubt saying that. I have said it publicly. I have said it to them. If they were here, I would still say the same thing, that it is morally unacceptable that you cannot get any job without paying a bribe at the Public Service Commission. And most importantly, that was not the spirit and the intention of the framers of this constitution, that we have to scramble for, that you have to enrich some people and impoverish other people. Obviously, you had Professor Njogona Ndung'u, my fellow evictee, what he said during the handover about the integration of the payroll. It is just unbelievable, Honorable CS, that now some people working in ministries, not even in county government, that we deduct the pay as you earn, and the same is not remitted to Treasury. Treasury has been having issues, and the CS Njogona Ndung'u reached out to me. We formed a task force, which I think PS is going to bring you up to speed. CS Ndung'u said it is not a small issue, it's a major issue, that having a payroll system that is not talking to our IFMIs is just another hamburger, another den for some funny games which are happening there. At this age and time also, our human resource systems have progressed a lot all over the world, and it is actually a return to Stone Age to have people developing things like payroll systems, HR systems internally. I refuse to go for that route. I was in the middle of changing that, and Treasury is committed to that. So it's about time to see this is just a human resource department, like any other company in the private sector, and really ask ourselves, where is the world going? Is the world going with some people with some funny laptops there, trying to develop some systems here? And resistance, as Jonah said, there has been a lot of resistance. I face resistance on that particular issue, and I wish you the best as you try to navigate that. Overall, you know where we are in terms of our revenue regime. We cannot afford to lose even 1 shilling of tax revenue. And losing this tax revenue on the basis of PAYE from government itself, it's something that is totally not acceptable. I have raised it with Treasury, we have raised it with the Secretary of the President. All the facts are known out there, and it's something that we have to see to the very end. Of course, we have got our National Youth Service. We have started some reforms there. The President has been very keen on that. The PS and the teams have been on that trajectory with the Presidential Economic Council. I really do hope that that will see the end of the day. The things that we agreed in terms of budgetary allocation, I didn't see them, and even the little that was there, I think it was affected the budget cut. But we really need to be candid and say, are we still on that trajectory of increasing the NYS recruitment to 100,000 servicemen and women by the year 2027? And if so, is it going to be financed through Exchequer? And if not, are we going to be on course for the engineering program to make NYS sustainable? But even that engineering exercise requires some seed capital. I'm very much encouraged by Kenya School of Government, the work we did there, our journey towards making sure that every civil servant must be trained. Having people in the civil service who are not trained is like getting people from the streets, giving them guns and calling them police without going through Kikanjo. It is anarchy and it is complete madness. But that is exactly what we are doing in government. We get people from the schools, from the colleges, from the universities. We hire them. We don't take them through any form of induction training, and then we expect them to perform, and even more so, to think together, to avoid corruption, and to have a good work ethic. But where did they learn? Because they were never trained, they were never inducted to be able to think together. So there's a cabinet memo that is there for the mandatory courses, which I hope that you can dust it off and present it to cabinet so that we can be able to make it mandatory that everybody must pass through the Kenya School of Government for this to make sense. We were also in the process of making the Kenya School of Government a center for climate. I think that conversation is ongoing. The Global Center for Adaptation. I really want to ask you to give your support to that particular program, because it's really going to change the map. The kind of program that we put together from the team that was brought by the president from the Global Center for Adaptation can really transform Kenya School of Government to a leading center for climate and green finance. And I really hope that within your tenure we can be able to complete that journey. Further, also we have we started negotiation and discussions with the AUD NEPAD to make KSG a Pan-African institution. Right now, as we speak, I've left a KSG that is serving 25 countries. We are training on behalf of 25 African countries. And we have agreed even with the Obama Leadership Institute and the Harvard Kennedy School of Government that they will also use KSG as a center of excellence for leadership training. So having it as a center for finance, having it as a Pan-African institution, the African School of Government, which we are committed to complete within the next 3 years by 2027, and having the same to be a center of excellence for leadership is really going to propel that to the next level. Let me just touch briefly on the issue of the Huduma centers, another area which is we have really made progress. For the last 10 years, 11 years now, we have got we found 52 centers, 52 Huduma centers. Huduma center is the only center government thing which mwananchi ask for. Government don't exist to be loved. I've never seen something loved by mwananchi, which is government, like Huduma center, which is a very rare thing. So we embarked on a journey to expand from what the other Uhuru Kenyatta government did for 10 years, 52 centers. From the time, for the 9-10 months that I was in this ministry, we actually did open Makutano in Laikipia County. We now opened, the president opened the 3 in a whole county was opened on a single day. That is the Tharaka Nithi County, in Tharaka, in Mara, and in Shukega Bangombe, in one day by the president, just last week but one. Now we've left Runyenjes. We do the groundbreaking, the first project to be done jointly by the NYS and Huduma, and I believe that is going very well in Runyenjes. We have got others like Gatundu North, and a whole overall. Because I changed the model for this, working with the CDF, to have CDF funding 23 million shillings, and we have the PQs from the State Department for Public Works. We have got 30 constituencies which have set aside money. So from day one, it's just a rollout issue. 30 members of parliament have approvals from the previous budget, not even from this budget. This year, once we start seeing what's happening, because the demand is up there, and I think the partnership between Huduma Kenya and NYS to accelerate the rollout of these Huduma centers, which are also coming with is a digital hub, as we are calling it, the Huduma Jitume centers. So I really want to encourage you to work with your counterpart from the Ministry of ICT, so that every Huduma, starting with what we are doing in Runyenjes, is also a digital hub where Kenyans can be able to work there and get some digital jobs, which the government is advocating. I know we have got people from our GDS and performance contracting. I think the roadshow which you participated in, that we did early this year, was very, very, very important. The 212 projects that we agreed is what to be followed up can really propel this country to the next level. We also committed to migrating to a new performance contracting framework, what we are calling PC 2.0, so that the needs, the priorities of this administration are also, embalmed and engraved in the performance contracting regime, so that the performance contracting framework becomes a tool for assisting the Kenya Kwanza administration to be able to achieve our objective. So basically, that is what I would say. I wish you well. I want to say that this is a quiet ministry. It's a quiet ministry. Sometimes I felt like it's like making a noise in a hospital ward, because it's normally a very quiet place, and I came here with a lot of noise. and knowing your demeanor, maybe it's about time to calm it down and bring the noise down. Thank you very much. Thank you.